Okay, guys, week 5 is in the books. It's time for some recaps. So we're going to start off, of course, the commish beating Joe. You knew it was going to happen. Joe can't beat me. He just can't. Not with guys like Naheem Hines. He's clinging to the specter of the Eagles' defense, which has just been absolutely atrocious, and it was a bad matchup. John Brown got absolutely shut down by Denzel Ward. He turned 11 targets into 58 yards. I predicted that was going to happen. If you go back and look, Denzel Ward is a dude to avoid whenever possible. Do not play your outside receiver one against the Browns. I mean, it's crazy to say, but you look for the slot guys and the wide receiver twos against the Browns. They're just tough. Joe, we got to talk a second about your quarterback situation. It's by far the worst in the league. Everybody else has guys they can use. You do not. It's time to get on the phone and call Tony Sr. and talk to him about Pat Mahomes. You got to do it, dude. You got to find a way to get better. So call up Senior, talk about Mahomes, something beneficial there for both of you potentially. I got Keenan Allen for Kenny Golladay from Steve. So as far as my team, that's the first thing I want to talk about. Of course, Golladay has looked much better than Keenan Allen at this point. But this was Steve basically admitting he's a retard. I mean, that's what it is. He had Golladay. He dropped him. He drafted Keenan Allen in the second round. So after 2 weeks he dropped him 2 weeks ago, he trades him for a second round pick. Keenan Allen started slow last year too. Guess what? Kenny Golladay started hot last year too. Guess what ended up happening? Keenan Allen was a superstar. Kenny Golladay was just a guy. Keenan Allen is going to be a stud. But the main thing to think of here is that when we play each other, Golladay is facing the Bears in Chicago. Keenan Allen plays the Raiders. So enjoy that. Thank you for handing me a victory. And Deshaun Watson and Nuke Hopkins are an issue for everyone moving forward. And Christian McCaffrey is about to go on a touchdown bender. He finally got into the end zone. He broke the seal, and he's going to be visiting the touchdown restroom time and time again. So Steve ekes out a win over Tony Jr. Tough luck loss, Jr. Of course, if Steve wouldn't have traded Mark Ingram, this one wouldn't have even been close. Ingram sure looked like a superstar. For reference, Drew Brees outscored Russell Wilson by 4 points. Mark Ingram outscored Gio Bernard by 20. Also, for reference, Mark Ingram would have outscored any running back on Steve's team this week, even super platinum elite Sony Michel, who has worse days ahead. I mean, just horrible maneuvering all around. So Jason explodes for 131 points, thanks to Steve, led by former Steve greats such as Joe Mixon, Mark Ingram, and Russell Wilson. Jason puts up a monster effort. Great maneuvering to take advantage of a tard and build a really strong team. Jason has the look of a team on the rise. On Merz's side, the exact opposite. Merz has the look of a team that's going to be contending to put up stickers come next year's draft. Merz waved the white flag on Zeke finally, traded Zeke to me, of course, as I went on an absolute trade bender yesterday and got 3 deals done. But, you know, Merz needed to do something, and he gets back some much-needed depth in Freeman and Coleman, and ODB is no joke, man. ODB can play. You need a guy that can score a touchdown every once in a while, and that is not Julio Jones. Julio Jones has less touchdowns than Taysom Hill right now. He has scored the same number of touchdowns as my dog Wrigley. Now, I bring this up because I feel like if Wrigley got onto the field, he would be a lot more likely to dodge security and dodge the defense and find his way into the end zone than Julio Jones is. So Wrigley, my dog, much better route runner, much better receiver and retriever than Julio Jones. So Although Julio is known for his retrieving ability, the ball hits the ground in the end zone, he picks it up, brings it back to the official. Very good retriever as well. So Reese, the all-Rams strategy, starting to show some cracks. He gets the win this week over perennial GD candidate and human bye-week Jared Salzman. But Reese, you got to be at least a little concerned here. Despite huge efforts from Gurley, Kupp, and Woods, his all-Rams strategy only averaged 11 points per player. The Rams defense looks borderline droppable at this point. They do not look good. Talib is apparently a lot more important to that defense than we might have thought. Basically, if Goff doesn't throw for 350 and 4 touchdowns, Reese has a severely capped upside long term. Marshawn Lynch is old, and he looked old this week. Rich ripped you off. Matt Breida is clearly the better fantasy back, clearly the better real-life back. Great trade for Rich, terrible trade for Reese, which is great because we need Reese to keep sabotaging himself with bad moves like that. On a positive note, though, Zach Ertz is one of only 3 playable tight ends in fantasy. And, of course, I'm speaking of Kelsey, Ertz, and flavor of the week, Eric Ebron. That's huge for Reese. So, anybody that thinks you're getting Ertz from Reese, you're not. Reese understands what Ertz is worth. He's not going to get rid of him. Senior wins behind Rodgers and Melvgore, remains one of the least balanced teams in the league. Seriously, get on the phone with Joe, work something out for Mahomes, and get you something you can start in your lineup. You both need to work this out. It's beneficial to both of you. But speaking of getting something you can start, dude, get Chris Carson into your lineup. The dude has been gold since Steve dropped him. Rich is in deep trouble. Kamara was relegated to a 3rd down role last night. I don't expect that to continue moving forward, but it's something to think about. Kamara's value certainly not as high with Ingram there. Ingram looks strong. He's obviously the goal line back of choice. Kamara's going to need those big plays, and he didn't get them last night, and you saw his floor is much lower with Ingram in there than it was before. So, might have probably tried to move Kamara a couple weeks ago. I mean, I understand it's tough, but we'll see what he does moving forward. He's a tough guy to sell right now. So there you go. There's your matchup recaps, and I will hit you guys up on Thursday with the previews. Best of luck.